Yeah, man, I just got done eating, tasting some of that barbecue sauce
Mm-hmm.
on those wings, and boy,
All right.
change
I'm
your
looking
li-
forward to it.
change your life.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. So, um, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of the Dap in the Hug podcast. I am here with a very, very special guest, Matt Hiers. You will recognize his voice once he speaks. You may have seen him in person, you may have not. He is also the host of Carolina Crimes Podcast. We're going to dive into that. And without further ado, Mr. Hiers, how you doing, man?
Doing well, man. Excited to be here on Dap and a Hug podcast. Had the privilege of seeing this thing in its infancy.
Really?
When it was just a brainchild of Sidero, and he was going over with me ideas and what he wanted to do for the podcast, and I'm really proud to see this thing get off the ground. Watching you like a kid at Christmas with all his equipment here at the podcast, and enjoying it. Glad it got off the ground, and honored to be here. I really am.
I appreciate that.
Thank
bottom
you.
of my heart. I appreciate all the guidance and the love and support that you have helped me with, bro.
Well,
For real.
No problem. Glad to see fellow creators do what they love to do and trying to be a positive impact in the community.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Right. And like you mentioned that I am like a little kid at Christmas because I have the ability now to share my ideas, allow other people to share their ideas. I can use my creativity. I was in band in middle school. I played percussion. I loved messing around on the keys, the bass guitar, djembe. And with all that being said, I'm actually kind of working with this guy I met over at Woody's. I'm not going to name any names, but shout out to Drew. And we jammed out a little bit last night. We're working on my intro and my outro beat, plus a couple other little projects in the making. Just stay tuned for that. But yeah, so just, walking in faith at the end of the day, man. And with this path that I'm walking, and I gravitate towards people that are like-minded, that want to help out in the community. And, I have a 9-year-old daughter. She is my inspiration. That's why all those music, those beats that I come up with, they came from singing to her when she was an infant. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is my passion project. This is my purpose. 2 purposes on this earth. One is to be the father of my daughter. Sweet girl, I love you so much. 2 is to do this podcast. I experienced some trauma. A lot of the audience members may, or at least the local people that know me, they know what happened or whatever, but I survived that to be sitting here right now beside you, is my point.
Well, God has a plan.
He does.
And he gives us all second chances. That's the beauty of it. And it's what we do with second chances or a revitalization, a personal renaissance. What you do with that, that's what defines you.
It does, man. And I think it's very important that we show the youth how important it is to give back to the community. Again, shout out to Jonathan Nazir. I brought Lyric out there by Emmett Scott to get some of the equipment from the greenhouse. Sweet girl was out there helping me, man, getting her hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? We threw the gloves on and we got to work. We work together. We got to do this together. And that's what every episode I probably mention, y'all, I can't do it on my own. We got to do it together.
That's two huge lessons right there. Hard work and teamwork.
Hard work and teamwork.
You put those two together, that's a dangerous combination.
Right. And this is the first episode that I've recorded at my house. My podcast studio is not complete. It's at like 89%. Just got to throw that additional 11% on the end right there. But that's in the making. But in the background, I got some stuff back there just to kind of represent my vibe. My grandma, rest in peace. She did a lot for the community in York, South Carolina. Shout out to California Circle. Family, I love y'all. But yeah, so she was big on like picking poke salad and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She, handed out school lunches and everything, and she gave back to the community in her own way. And I'm gonna definitely do something special for her down the road. I got Uncle Joey back there, Joey Diaz, one of my favorite comedians. I actually ran into him. I actually met him briefly. We had a brief conversation at the Comedy Zone. I love comedy, man. I love good food, good comedy, good company. I love the fellowship. And I'm just excited. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited.
I can tell. Well, I appreciate you being here. And we were talking a little bit off before we started broadcasting here. One of the first things you had on there was about broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the irons that I have in the fire. I think it's one of my favorite, the most fun I have. Working in it, it's a part-time gig with OTS Media, WRHI here in Rock Hill, a family of stations, 90s on 94.3, of course, WRHI, 107.1 Interstate, and 104.1 The Bridge. But got into that, like I said, that's one iron in my fire, full-time Williams and Fudge. I do the podcast as well. But got into that. You said you want to know the origin of that, right?
The origin, like, basically, you went to the Citadel, right?
Yes. Graduated from Northwestern.
Right,
Graduated from the Citadel in 2001.
Right.
Came back, wanted initially, I think my plan was to go ahead, get into teaching, get into coaching, something that I could do to help the youth. That's always been on my heart. That's always something I wanted to do. I mean, what better way to help the world than to start early, start them as seedlings and watch them grow into something powerful.
Right.
But that wasn't the case. Our best laid plans, God has other plans for us, and went into a couple different industries before finding out what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the broadcasting, it's a pretty funny story. Always admired the job that WRHI and OTS Media did on Friday nights. They cover so many games. They cover 9 teams in our area. You got the Clover York. You got the 3 Fort Mill schools, the 3 Rock Hill schools, Indian Land, and Lancaster. So that's quite a bit, and they've got to find teams to cover all those. But I was at Cracker Barrel one Saturday morning, and we're not going to get into any logo discussion, so don't worry. Don't tune off. But saw Coach Wallace, our coach.
Crank up that day song.
Yes. And we got to talking. He said he was getting into radio and over at WRHI having a good time calling games, being a color analyst. And also ran into a friend that was doing it as well. He was in his first year or getting ready to start his first year, Keon Stowers. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you remember him or not, defensive lineman at Northwestern. And then he went on to play at Georgia Military, and then the University of Kansas.
Okay.
And he said he was getting started. And I said, that might be something I want to get into. I was kind of in my second chapter of life. And I just called on a whim. I said, hey, I want to talk about football on the radio. And they said, well, let me let you speak to Chris Miller, who's now my broadcast partner, and he's the vice president up there. And he said, well, I need you. It was really weird. He said, I need you to be at this house at Lake Wiley at 8 p.m. on this Wednesday night. And I was like, whoa. I was like, am I getting involved in some kind of cult or what is this? I don't want to meet you up. Am I going in the woods or what's going on? But it was actually at his dad's house. It's an annual meeting they have of all the football broadcasters, and started from the bottom, started learning the technical aspect of how the games are produced, started doing that, helping up set up for the pregame show, setting up tents, hauling ice, big boxes of guides, and doing that at District 3 Stadium, not on the air at all. And they eventually gave me my first game that year. It was like in week 7 of the season.
Paid your dues.
Yes, and it was I remember it just like yesterday. It was Rock Hill High versus Boiling Springs.
Okay.
So I had 7 weeks to sit there and get nervous about this thing. Ooh. 7 weeks to do research, and I brought I brought a 3-ring binder full of notes for this game. I knew some of the opposing teams' GPAs and what they were what their parents did for a living. I mean, I was skip tracing these guys and had every bit of information.
Allegedly.
Yes. And the first after the first drive and we went to commercial break, I looked at the great Gene Knight. He had 40 years in the business. I covered my mic. I said, this moves a whole lot faster than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
And he said afterward, he said, you were white as a ghost. But then I started trying to remember things, trying to get all my notes in. And at halftime, he said, hey, Matt, do me a favor. He said, take that notebook and throw it in the trash over there. He said, we're just two guys sitting here talking about football. And from then on, it was smooth sailing. And it's something I enjoy every Friday night. You get to be around the youth. You get to be around a lot of good people, get to know coaches, their families, the players, their families as well. I'm at the point now, after over a decade of doing this, seen players that I've called on the high school field go on to the ranks of the NFL. I've seen them come back and become coaches. That's really rewarding, and they're pouring back into the youth. And
Beautiful.
It is the highlight of my year is helping out with high school football, and that's led to other opportunities. I've worked for ESPN3, some radio stations out of North Carolina covering smaller college games, Gardner-Webb.
Okay.
And just have a good time doing it. And at the end of the day, you get paid to sit and talk about football.
We don't get no better than that.
Come on, brother.
Especially if we got like some good wings or something.
Oh, yes,
Woo.
which you mentioned earlier, and you got some in there.
They marinating.
We're going to try them a little bit later, I think.
Yeah, do something special for a good brother of mine. Give him his flowers.
Thank you.
I want to go back a little bit to when you were talking about, broadcasting and everything and meeting good people. I want to say, first off, you inspire me.
Well, thank you, Don.
For real. But secondly, thank you so much. It was the first game of the season when I came up to the box.
What game
was
may
that?
have been Northwestern's first home game of the season. I think it was the Ridgeview game. Yeah,
Absolutely. So me and my daddy, shout out to my pops. Love you, daddy. And so me and my pops and my daughter, we arrived at the stadium. I shoot you a text. I'm like, hey, man, is it against the rules that I come up there and check you out? And you said, come on up. And I took that as an opportunity to watch you work your craft. I mean, you were like an alchemist in there, bro.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? Just like they say, kind of it's like deconstructing and reconstructing matter. But you break it down, and with your guy that you work with, y'all do a phenomenal job, like the dynamic duo. I mean, y'all are on point. So I was basically just studying and just absorbing that and the energy, and I love it, man. It was almost like I had an opportunity to shadow you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm actually in the process. Obviously, this is my third episode, and I am slowly but surely learning the craft, getting more comfortable. You know what I mean? So, but back to what I was saying, that gave me also the opportunity to, reconnect with Coach Wireless, man. Shout out to Moose Wireless. He right around the corner right there. So that was awesome to talk to him about the podcast. He was excited. And my daughter got to meet him, and, it was just an awesome opportunity, and I appreciate that. Like, that meant the world to me, man.
Hey, anytime. You're my brother. You're my guest up there. Come on. We're glad to have you.
Yeah. So at what point through that whole process did the thought of a podcast kind of echo out
So
to you?
the podcast, it's Carolina Crimes Podcast. We talk exclusively about true crime in the state of South Carolina. We go all the way back to the pirate days when South Carolina was just a colony, all the way up till 2024. Really, I don't think we've done anything from this year. What I like to do, what I prefer to do, I like our cases to have an ending, and we discuss different crimes, how it happened, what the background was, and what the end result was. I like all the cases to be adjudicated, meaning they've gone to court and we have a firm ending. But sometimes we do unsolved crimes. I do it with my co-host, and who also happens to be my sister-in-law, Danielle Myers. She used to work for SLED here in the state of South Carolina. And the thought of this came up in around 2018, 2019. We always take family vacations together, and Danielle and I, she married my brother in 2013, and they dated forever, so we've known each other for quite a long time. And we would always compare notes. She would tell me not specifics, but things that would come up at work at SLED. I would talk to her about different books I'd read. We'd exchange cases and say, hey, look at this, or have you heard of this? And finally, my brother said, hey, man, why don't y'all just go get a podcast and talk about it? I'm tired of hearing y'all talk. And I was like, what's a podcast? I'd never heard of one. And so I started looking at what they were and listening to them and looking at the different, genres and the niche topics, and started to listen to some. And one of my guilty pleasures growing up as a kid was watching wrestling. And they had some with some old wrestlers on there from the 80s, and the guy that played Brother Love, and Conrad Thompson, he hosts them. He's out of Alabama, and he kind of was an inspiration. I was like, well, maybe we can put something together, but I don't really have time now. Then God came, and COVID hit, and we had a lot of time on our hands. There was uncertainty in my 9-to-5 job. There was uncertainty with my part-time job with WRHI. We didn't know if we were going to have football that year. We didn't know what would happen. So I called my sister-in-law. I said, what do you think about this? And she was like, let's give it a shot. Let's try it out. We did some research, got on with a distribution company that we were talking about earlier. I don't know who you use, so I'm not going to say it on here, but ones that would go out and get sponsors for us, and depending on how many downloads we had, would be what would be direct deposited every month. And we really enjoyed doing this, and we are now, tomorrow we're recording episode 240.
Woo.
So
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been going on for quite a while, almost 5 years now, and we're doing something we enjoy, and it's starting to pay some bills. So that's even better. That's a cherry on top.
If someone was to ask me what my 5-year plan is, what my response would be?
Shoot it out. What is it?
Doing the same thing. I'm going to keep doing exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. If you're enjoying your life, do it.
Yeah. And my other goal would be to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu, bro. It takes about 10 years, give or take.
Okay.
And that's what's crazy about this whole process, just trying to find the time I have to have time with my daughter. She plays volleyball. I'm an assistant coach. Those couple of days out of the week's on lockdown. That's that. Let's see. I have to have some time to myself as well, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
For my own, mental health. I have to go to the gym and work out and all that stuff. And that's one thing about this podcast is I want to bring some light and shed some light on the mental health, the issues that we're having as a community, what's going on. It's time for us to heal. That's why I had mentioned Wolverine in my first podcast about healing. I got Venom back there, symbiosis. That's us using each other symbiotically, what benefits both parties. Nothing parasitic. I am trying to heal us of the mind virus of the lockdown. Dapping the hug, there's no social distancing with that. You know what I'm saying? It's respect and love. The dap is a respect. The hug is a love. It's very simple. We just got to, walk this path together. I want everybody to get on board with me. I'm going to do as much as I can, man. I'm going to keep pushing and fighting this good fight, man. I'm a man on a mission. I got a plan. I've got it into action. And I'm getting a lot of love and reciprocation from people out here, man. And y'all know who y'all are, and I appreciate y'all.
Very much so. We appreciate you.
Now, you ran for school board last year, right?
I did. That came out of really what you were talking about, the healing. I am a father to a 20-year-old daughter. I also have a 20-year-old foster daughter. And they both went through Rock Hill School District 3, and they were 9th graders when COVID hit. So they were the freshman COVID folks. And seeing the struggles that they went through and looking at our school district as a whole, I saw a lot of improvements that could be made. Also with society, like we talked about earlier in the podcast about young people being seedlings. If you don't take care of them, if you don't nurture them, if you don't give them the right materials they need to live, meaning both physically, spiritually, mentally, academically, they're not going to flourish. So had several ideas. One of the most was improving communication, and that meant interpersonal communication. From showing personal respect to people, showing respect for yourself, respect for your community, learning how to speak to people, how to look them in the eye, how to smile at people, how to put your best foot forward. Also, how to work well with others, teamwork. A lot of different facets of that campaign went into teaching financial literacy.
Hey.
A lot of the things I wish I would have learned, things about credit, about interest rates, bolstering that kind of education in our school system, as well as getting a handle on the budget. But I'm not going to bore anybody with any math or numbers, anything like that. But I had an opportunity there, and I mentioned, my second chapter in life. God gave me a huge second chance, and I've got to take it and run with it. I've got to do good for our community. That's what we should all strive to do, and leave the world in a better place than we found it in.
We're going to do it together.
Yeah, I believe it. But that was, everybody was like, oh, that must have been so hard out there doing it. I ran against a very fine gentleman. I was the silver medalist in the, I don't like to say I lost. I was the silver medalist in the election. He has my support 100%. This entire school board has my 100% backing. I pray for them all the time. They've got to make some tough decisions. I mean, when you're asking the public to trust you with the well-being of your children, there's no bigger ask in the world. That's more important here locally. That's more important than who the president of the United States is. It really is, because this is going to affect our children that live in our home, that we love, that we bore. And, moving forward, we really have to get together as a society and do what's right. And there's several things that plague our community. I think last time we saw each other face to face I was speaking at a anti-gun violence.
Shout out to Alonzo Lumpkin.
Yes, a good man.
Rock Hill Boxing Club.
Yes, and we were speaking there, but our children, they don't have a respect, and I'm not saying all of them, but it seems to be a growing trend, and it's going further and further downhill. That respect for each other, that respect for human life, the ability to communicate with each other and express your feelings. Yeah, you're going to get mad. You're going to get frustrated. Not everything in life is going to go your way. You're not always going to get a participation trophy. Not everybody's going to pat you on the back and be there to say, oh, it's not your fault. You got to learn personal responsibility, personal accountability. I don't like violence, but I really miss the days of let's meet up on the dirt road and have a fist fight after school. Right. That has gone by the wayside, and it's been replaced by these guns. The violence among our youth is at an all-time high, gun violence. Man,
and then, with that being said, the whole bullying aspect of social media, man, I can't wait for around the next couple months. I got a special guest coming on. Shout out to Heidi Tauber. Love you, because I talked to her earlier. She is a mental therapist. She specializes in trauma, and and it's important to talk about these things. And I feel like it was always on the hush hush when I was coming up. I had real bad anxiety. I did not like violence either. A fight broke out. I was just close to an anxiety attack. I didn't know what it was. I did not like violence. Don't like it now. But see, the thing about jiu-jitsu, though, is it calms you down. It humbles you. Yeah. You don't panic. That's why I love it. You get into that space to where you're in flow mode. Nothing else matters, which is kind of funny because, nothing else matters outside of what's really going on locally around here. Most of that stuff that everybody's going on back and forth about on social media, that's put there to divide us.
Absolutely.
And my brother Grayson Snyder had put up a great post the other day But I'm gonna leave that at that. I just want people to try to focus on the good things, the positive things that are going around in the community. And I got a bouquet of flowers. And you getting yours today, and I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna keep, I'm visiting people, business owners, and just interesting people that have done good out here in this community, man. And we got this movement going, man. We got some tread, making some tread now.
We do. Yeah, and let me go back and touch on that social media thing for just a moment. You were talking about running for school board. That was one thing. Also, one of my tenets was teaching our children how to use the internet safely and appropriately. Mm-hmm. Social media, I'm gonna be real raw, and I'm gonna be real honest. All it does is make our children dumb, self-conscious, and unfortunately, in some horrible, tragic incidences, suicidal. Just from the words and the thoughts of people put online. I mean, this is a monster. I don't know how you put the genie back in the bottle.
I don't think you can. Something needs to be done.
Or people are just going to get so sick of it, the division, and it's such a self-entitled platform that everybody has to say what their opinion is. This is my opinion. If you don't like it, I hate you. You're not my friend anymore. I mean, no, there are instances, and our young people need to learn this, where if you have an opinion, you can sometimes keep that to yourself. There's no shame in that. You don't have to say every thought or publish every thought that you have on social media. And then if someone does do that and you don't disagree with it, you're not required to give your input or your disagreement on Facebook or Snapchat or whatever they got. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I mean, I've got Facebook. We're Facebook friends. That's it. I've got a Twitter, I think, for football. I don't even remember my password, but I've got that. But that's it. And I don't know if I've ever posted anything besides a football score on Twitter or congratulations to this person for doing good. But we've got to come back as a society from this dangerous, slippery slope we're going down.
Absolutely. And I had a thought the other day. I was like, man, any child could act in a horror film. All you got to do is give them a tablet and then take it away and yell, action.
Yeah.
Have you seen a child's reaction when you take a tablet away?
Oh,
it's kind of scary. And then so they getting that dopamine hit. And then us as parents, you know what I'm saying, we take it away. Like, what damage is that doing to them? Not to mention our relationship with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a crazy, like, negative mind virus that's been, the seed has been planted, bro, and I don't know how we're going to get up out of that. I mean, we're going to have to do what we're doing and keep doing what we're doing and talking about these issues and getting experts on and trying to come up with a plan, you know what I'm saying, and just move forward with it. Just follow through with the plan. Get the experts involved. And the parents got to get involved too, man. Like, we all in this together, man. All our kids go to school together. We see each other out in public. We all got to get along. All this divide and all that, we need to cut all that out. I'm trying to just kill all the ignorance, man. And just people need to just do their own research, man, and just understand we all sisters and brothers out here. We all comrades, man.
Absolutely. We're all in this thing together, whether we like it or not.
Right.
So where we go from there, like you said, we've got to come together for sure. For sure.
As far as coming together and all that kind of stuff, community, you mentioned earlier that you do some volunteer work. Would you like to go ahead and go into detail about that?
I do. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities here locally, statewide. I've had the privilege for the last 4 years to serve on the South Carolina High School League Executive Committee. There's 16 of us from all around the state, and you get appointed onto that. But making rules, regulations, policies that are then passed by the membership of the South Carolina High School League. That's been very interesting. That's a passion of mine. And I do love athletics, as we mentioned. I do love the game of football because where else can you have people of all different shades, all different socioeconomic background, all working together for one common goal? And you don't see hate in the football locker room. If it does, it's put out to pasture real quick.
Hey, I was just, as soon as you said that, I had a flashback of something that happened in high school. But
Yeah.
Godspeed to everybody, man. I hope everybody doing good out here for real.
Absolutely. I do work with them, also with Scouting America on their advisory council here in the Palmetto Council. What we do is review policies for local Scouting America troops. You can't say Boy Scouts anymore. It's boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Eagle Scout, and it's a good thing. Out there, they teach morals, values, adjust those moral compasses a little bit, teach our children how to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, brave, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful. All those things. Also,
hold on a second. I apologize. Can I add to that? I just want to add a little something.
Sure.
Sprinkle something on there. It's very important that, to me at least, this is my opinion. Like, I think it's important that we take our kids to do the community work, like I said earlier, but also to go in the backyard, plant a garden, plant some flowers or some vegetables. Yeah. Like we have to get back to our roots, man. I'm telling you, we have to teach the kids the basic needs of survival. I feel like we need to try to kind of be more independent, you know, instead of being so-called dependent on the powers that be that don't really care about us and all that. We got to look after each other, so we got to take care of ourselves. So, fishing, hunting, some people got an issue with hunting. I mean, that's your opinion. I'm not going to whatever. But, just making soap out of goat's milk, whatever we can do to plant our own vegetables organically. Matter of fact, why do we not have like chefs feeding our kids at school? Like, what can we do as a society to implement like people that are actually good at cooking good quality food to feed our future, our kids, man? Like, what's the deal with that? I mean, we do the best we can at home. You working a 9 to 5. You got to go here and go there. You got other things to handle. I do all my meal prepping usually on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot to deal with and a lot to compartmentalize and to stay focused and on track and just handle everything. Something's gonna slip through the cracks. I was talking to my cousin earlier about that. You're doing all this, you're putting your heart and effort in everything, and somebody is not gonna be happy at the end of the day, unfortunately.
No, you can't please everybody all the time.
You can't please everybody.
As soon as you're able to process that, you have a lot more inner peace. But you mentioned the self-sufficiency too, and I'm gonna hop back to the school board thing. This ATC that we have, I think they called it CDC when we were in school, the Applied Technology Center.
Yeah.
Fantastic programs over there that I love. They need to be more funded. They need to expand their programs. They teach children how to be self-sufficient, how to learn life skills, be prepared for life. They have the auto shop over there, the manufacturing assembly classes, beautician classes, the paramedic classes, medical terminology, veterinary medicine. I mean, they have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we actually went and got our tomatoes. Purple Cherokee tomatoes are the best tomatoes. Plant some purple Cherokees. We got our tomatoes, peppers there, and they have like the hydroponic system going with like the vegetables and everything. They got a lot going on over there. That's one regret I have, man, is I didn't take a class at ATC, man.
Me too.
I didn't see what the possibility of trades were, and that's what I think we need as parents to do. Is like, because now, I mean, it's not gonna fly. Go to college, get a job. My mentality is I want my daughter to be an entrepreneur. I want her to find something that she's interested in, and I want to help her learn as much as she can about it, and I want to find experts in that field and talk to them and figure out what the best course of action is and stick to that to help her flourish. So she can be independent, her own boss. It's okay to get a job to, make money to save, but at the end of the day, I mean, I love the concept of being able to just work for myself, bring my homies in, my brothers and my sisters, my family to help out, and then just basically build these business relationships with people, and it's just gonna be beautiful and everything. We have to just I feel like, man, we need to get on this ASAP.
Yeah,
I mean, the time is ticking. You know what I'm saying?
And when we grew up, you mentioned you weren't considered successful unless you went to college. That's not the case.
Nope.
That's not the case. You learn a skill. If you want to go to college and be an attorney or be a doctor and you need that further education, perfectly fine.
Preach.
If you want to be an educator, yes, perfectly fine. But these young folks coming out, electricians, linemen, plumbers, out of ATC, they're coming out making bank, and they're doing it with their own hands, and they're self-sufficient.
Yep.
They work for themselves, and I think it's fantastic, the job that they're doing over there in churning out these professionals from ATC. But college isn't always the answer, and that's fine.
Right.
Aside from those two, military. I mean, that is a great field to be in. My roommate from the Citadel, he was a PE major, but he wanted to go in the Air Force like his dad. And now I have to call him Colonel Altman. He's one of the commanders of Shaw Air Force Base in Sumter. And, I mean, he wanted to be an educator. And instead, I mean, God had different plans for him, and he's flourished. He's moved all over the world, and he's easily making six figures. The government's going to take care of him the rest of his life. So, I mean, that's a great career option, too. But getting back to working in the community, I mentioned High School League, Scouting America, also with our friend Q-Rock. Volunteer with him. He's got Men on a Mission, work with them as often as I can, helping clean up the community physically. I mean, you see us, and I love seeing the young people come out and join us, the different teams from different schools. We've had Coach Kenny over at Rock Hill High, Coach Wofford and Northwestern Trojans. They've come out a couple times. I believe South Point girls basketball teams come out as well with Coach Butler Graham, and we go out and physically pick up trash on the side of the road. And it's humbling. It's humbling for these young people, and we work as a team, and that's a fantastic thing that Q-Rock and Coach T, Tom Turner, that they've got going on. Also, on the board of the Dorothy Day Soup Kitchen, helping feed the homeless, those in need. I've been in situations where I've needed a hot meal before, too, and I didn't have a dime to my name. But Jesus tells us to help the poor, and I've got the time, and that's what I do. Help out with them on Family Trust Federal Credit Union's Community Outreach Board as well, help provide grants to different organizations that are in need. Also got appointed to the City of Rock Hills Community Relations Council. We help bring awareness to equality throughout the community for all races, all folks. We help put on the Martin Luther King Day breakfast, the Black History tours in February. Also, this is Race Equality Month. We had a proclamation from the Rock Hill City Council given to us. Had some children draw what equality meant to them, made it into a quilt. I didn't. My fingers are too fat to quilt. But doing that, trying to think of anything else, help serve on. But I've got this opportunity. My girls are in college, and now it's time to start giving back.
That's amazing, man. Keep on.
Well,
keeping on.
I don't like beating my chest and talking about it, but that was just an example of how anybody can get involved. Anybody can serve in any capacity.
Right. I'm definitely looking forward to getting more involved myself.
Yes, sir.
Outside of this and just talking about it, it's really about the action as well.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I actually have hope for humanity now, like seriously. After my eyes opened up, I've been seeing God's work. I've been seeing him out here working, man, and, you know, it's just divine, brother. It's just divine energy. So I got one question for you.
All right.
How about them Trojans?
They're doing well. Last night I did not get to broadcast their game. We're talking about the Northwestern Trojans here locally. That's where we're both football alumni from there. Big win last night. I think it was 75-21 over.
Huh?
Yeah. 75-21 over Nation Ford. They're 4-1. South Point, they're 4-1 as well. Rock Hill, I think they're 3-2. New head coach Leon Bower, he's doing a fantastic job over there. South Point, I didn't mean to overshadow there. They're the city champs this year. Beat Northwestern 2 weeks ago, 27-23. But we've got a good thing going here in Football City, USA. And all around the area, Fort Mill teams are doing well. Fort Mill, the Yellow Jackets, they just lost their first game last night to Catawba Ridge, another Fort Mill school. But that just getting our children involved, getting our students involved in extracurriculars. And, yeah, we're partial to football. We played it. But we're talking about the band, the trainers, the managers, cheerleaders, athletics, the arts, theater, anything that our children could be involved in and keep their hands busy and stay engaged in their academic community. That's what we need to strive for as well.
100%, man. Like, you articulated that very well. I do got to say shout out to Troy at Get Fit with Troy. Brother, I appreciate you. I consider you the OG, triple OG of our community when it comes to fitness. Anybody out there around the surrounding area looking to get back into shape, get on social media and holler at Troy. He'll take good care of you.
Do I get a gift certificate to Get Fit with Troy for being on here? I could use it.
We'll talk off air. But yeah, man, like for real though, man, like so getting that from him, I was like, I was very grateful. But I came home, I'm hanging out, I'm chilling, and it just hit me. I'm like, that's big. To me, that's huge. Because he's smart. He's been doing business around this area and doing positive things for the community for many years. And I know some people that know him, and we all on the same wavelength. So it's a beautiful thing. But, man, just getting that from him, confirmation from God, and through him in a way, and I'm just, man, I know I'm on the right path. I know that much. I'm getting chills, y'all. I get chills when I talk to people out in the public. They'll vouch for me, man. I'm not playing games. I mean, it's already over with, bro, and I ain't really got started yet. You know what I'm saying? We've only just begun to live. Gotta have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna save my voice, and for the listeners don't want to hear that. Your downloads will plummet, man.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Cameron Vance, man. Shout out to him.
He's a dog.
Woo! At Northwestern, he's a wide receiver. What's up, dog? Bro? Keep doing what you're doing. And from what I've seen over the course of the past couple of games, the quarterback's a freshman.
He's a junior.
Oh, he's a junior.
Xavier Means. Yeah.
Okay, that was a miscommunication from someone else I talked to. I apologize. When that OL, when they get synchronized, they give him some time.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be righteous out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't have a doubt in my mind about that.
They got a bright future. They got a good, very capable coach. I mean, they're coming off of that loss to South Point. And again, we're talking about Northwestern. They that snapped a 17-game win streak, school record. I mean, won the state championship last year, went undefeated. Only, I think, the third time in school history that's happened. And they got a good thing. But Cameron Vance, he's listed at about 5'10", 5'11". You know, but he plays like he's 7 foot tall. Yeah. I mean, he is the man. He really is. And we've got a lot of those around this community. When I walked in the door, you were asking me about Jazavion Currents. Man, that's a dog too. I mean, playing both sides of the ball, playing quarterback and defensive back. Had a couple tackles last night, a pick, ran for 2 touchdowns, threw for another. Just incredible athletes all across the board in Rock Hill. Yeah,
I actually talked to the athletic director over there at South Point a couple of days ago, and he's totally with what I got going on. And he said that, you know, it's football season. Now, what I said to him, I was like, I know it's football season going on right now. I don't want there to be any distractions for Zay or any of the team. So I'm hoping that, you know, his father, I went to school with him. He's a couple of years older than me, but I'm hoping I can get them on the podcast, man. And that'll give other kids, like even like, you know, grade Y, Pee Wee, whatever level that you're at, they can give them inspiration. They might hear a story from him. They'll be like, yeah, I was thinking this, but I ended up going this direction. So, and then they'll see the progress that he's made where he is, and that may inspire them. That's
Right.
what this podcast is about. It's about inspiring people. It's about second, third. I'm on my 11th chance in life. I ain't got no more lives out here. You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, you had to run. You had to run with it.
Yes.
God gave you the opportunity, and you had to run with it.
Absolutely.
My legs are a little longer, but we're going stride for stride, man. We're going to do it.
Yes, we are. Yours are a little bit longer than mine, but yeah, we'll get it done with God.
Absolutely. So this is something new. Like, you know, this is my third episode, third time's a charm, but I want to do something a little special this episode to give my brother some flowers. I have on this nothing but smoke barbecue shirt right here. I got my man Grayson Snyder. It's his company. It's family owned and operated. It's the best barbecue. Man, he caters events. He has his own barbecue sauce. He has rubs. And what I did was I prepared some wings last night, and I seasoned them with salt and pepper. That was it. I didn't have any of his rub. But the reason why I did it like that was because I wanted to show my very special guest how awesome this sauce is.
All right.
So what I'm going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you you're in good hands. Trust me on that. He got a lot more experience than I do. So just be patient, please. I'll be right back, and we're going to try these wings out.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, and one other thing, Brand Pro, my brother Joe Gordon did the stitching on this hat. It's impeccable. It's the most comfortable hat I've ever put on my head. And I'm not just saying that. You done see me out in public wearing it. I have it on a lot, so I'll be right back.
We'll wear it out.
All right, brother.
Well, I appreciate it. And while he hits up the wings, but podcasting, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, Sodero, he came to me with this brainchild about the Dap and a Hug podcast. I guess it was about maybe 2-3 years ago when he found out I had a podcast, asking some information. So just some tips for maybe potential creators. I had some folks ask me today, you know, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I've had a couple folks at work or in my everyday life or actually off the street helping or asking about how to do a podcast. First of all, I'd say establish your niche, establish your genre. Just like Sodero's done, he wants to be a positive community podcast. What you talk about each week, how you want to be impactful. If you're looking to entertain folks like we do, if you're looking to educate folks, if you're looking to just have a positive impact and get people involved, if you're looking to maybe promote local businesses, that would be fantastic as well. But you need to have a topic. You need to stay on that topic. And before you even worry about what kind of equipment to buy, because that's the first question I get is what kind of equipment do I buy? First of all, you need to make a mental commitment. You got to say, hey, this is going to have to be consistent. This is going to have to be a lifestyle thing. Our podcast comes out at 9 p.m. every Sunday night for the last 240 weeks. That's what's happened. But we have to have it uploaded by 9 p.m. Now, we'll record a few in advance, have them in the can. But you've got to make that commitment, because if you lose that consistency, if a podcast wasn't there one Sunday night, I mean, you're gonna have an uproar. There are people that are looking forward to it. We have about 64,000 downloads per week. So I guess that's okay. I guess that's good. We're no Joe Rogan or anything like that. But you've got to have that consistency. Then work within your budget. They have equipment that plugs directly into laptops, little microphone splitters. They have different programs. You can record on GarageBand. I think that comes on most Apple products. You can invest in some software like Adobe Audition, not Adobe Acrobat, but Adobe Audition. That's fantastic as well for editing and recording any voice, music, anything like that. Look at that and see what your goals are and stay within your budget. Don't blow it out of the water. And the best of luck to folks. And there's some food entering the room, so we're going to check this out, my man. I think your mic's in your chair. There we go, brother.
Thank you.
You got it.
I'm going to let you go ahead and try those wings out, and I'm going to kind of sit here and observe and chat with the folks at home or wherever you're at. And by the way, this episode will be available on YouTube. And I got to figure out why my first episode wasn't available on Apple Podcasts, but I know it was on YouTube, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. But yeah, man. Okay. Yeah. He said that's outstanding in case y'all couldn't hear because his mic's over there. He's a little preoccupied. But, man, it's crazy, man, how good that sauce is, bro. Like, why would I go to the grocery store and buy some barbecue sauce when I can go holler at my brother and he going to look out for me with that? Oh, yeah, this is no sweet baby. This is the good stuff. I mean, it's like the full spectrum of the sweet and the spicy and the smoke. And that was just charcoal. I didn't throw any apple wood on there, not like that. I just did kind of direct heat on the charcoal for a while. Then I did the indirect for the smoke effect. Just from the charcoal itself, because I didn't want to have the apple or the cherry wood flavor in there, or no hickory or anything like that, because I want you to taste that barbecue sauce. Because that's what we exploiting today. How dank the sauce is.
This is awesome. This is awesome. It might go missing when you look for it on the way. I'm gonna look for it on your counter. This is some great stuff. And what was the name of it again? Say the name of Grayson's company.
Nothing But Smoke Barbecue.
Nothing But Smoke Barbecue. And where's that available at?
Just look online. He has a website and everything. Just go on social media. He's on, you can find it on Facebook. You can go to Google. Great guy. Matter of fact, man, I got to say this, man. When I was on this journey in the beginning, I was walking around like a crazy man with these ideas. I had dipped my toes in trying to sell some sponsorships for a festival that, was supposed to happen. And during that process, I was in sales mode and I was talking to people, but I was also lit. As my brother Jonathan Meek said, shout out to Fat Cat, bro. He said, I'm on fire, like with my relationship with Christ. You know what I'm saying? And
that's awesome.
But anyway, so I was over at Grayson's, and shout out to him and his wife, Amy. And he just took it all in, and he was just very, like, I don't want to say empathetic, but he could relate to what I was going through because I was just like so about it, and I found my passion. Like you said, like a little kid. And every step along the way, man, he's helped me. Any questions I've had, he's guided me. I have a couple other friends that are doing the same thing, but I just want to specifically say in this moment, I'm giving Grayson Snyder my flowers. I'm sorry, his flowers. And, well, I love you, bro. And keep doing what you're doing, man. And I'm going to come by today and get some of that rub. Matter of fact, I'm about to call you right after this podcast. I thought about doing it live and putting you on speakerphone, but we ain't going to do all that. One thing at a time. I ain't trying to overcomplicate things. As you said earlier, I'm not, we're not Joe Rogan here, but he is one of my inspirations, though. But, yeah, man.
And I haven't met Grayson before. I know his older brother, Zach.
Yeah, shout out to Zach, too. Yeah,
and his wife, Susan. They're both teachers, coaches. They're getting it done.
Yeah, hey, Grayson's mama is awesome too, man. I love Mama Snyder.
I've never met them, but I'm looking forward to the opportunity. And I guarantee I'm gonna meet Grayson one day because I'm gonna buy some of this.
I know that's right.
Sauce.
Hey, only thing I ask is you give him a dap in the hood now.
I will.
But be careful. He was in a motorcycle accident, man.
Well, he better be careful because I'm gonna have barbecue sauce all over my hands. So I'm gonna try not to stain your shirt, brother.
But yeah, I'm just glad he's still here with us, man. We need more people like him out here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But y'all, it's been another episode. The wings are good. The conversation was good. We are putting the stuff into action. We're not just talking about it. We're talking about it, and we're gonna come up with a plan to make some changes out here, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
gotta see what's going on with the prices of these eggs, and man, while I still got these potholes over here, and like y'all in cahoots with the automotive industry, I gotta go buy new tires. I try not to go on these conspiracy rabbit holes, but you wonder from time to time.
That's a topic for a different show.
Yeah, that's
we'll put our tinfoil hats on and we'll do some conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. Yeah, we definitely got to do it again. Oh, let me say this, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I haven't ever watched your podcast, man.
That's all right.
Let me tell you what happened. I want to share this with the audience too. This is real. Like, so I was talking to my homeboy recently, and he was saying that he wanted to find out more about what happened with the tragic incident that happened on like Meadow Lakes Road. With the trunk of the car. Like, that's so tragic, man. But so I went and I got on there, man, and I was like, yo, I could have been one of these episodes.
Oh, we all could have.
So, I'm like, I'm about to, I'm in a good place. I'm in a great place, but now I can actually do some work in therapy. So I'm about to start doing therapy. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, the mental health thing, bro, like that's huge. Oh, and I want everybody to heal. We gotta help each other, because everybody talking about, man, I want to break the cycle. But if we don't talk about what's going on in our family histories, a lot of these things are genetic. We have to talk about what's going on and find a solution. And I'm gonna tell you one thing from personal experience: alcohol is not the answer.
Oh yeah, and that's and I'll share that with the listening audience as well. Another volunteer involvement is speaking to others about recovery, and I'll shout it from the rooftops because it helps me more than it helps others. But been sober for 14 years by the grace of God.
Congratulations, bro.
Well, it's by the grace of God, and you saw me at some of my lowest. I mean, we've known each other about 17 years.
We met at Luke's, didn't we?
Yeah. And
drinking Jim Beam, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got down on that a couple times, but it's no good for me.
Nope.
My brain works different than other people's. I'm addicted, get addicted easy, and I just had to hit my knees and surrender. And that's all you had to do. You had to look to the hills when you're in that valley. And like I said, by the grace of God, I'm still sitting here today. And that's what I meant all episode long by I said, God's given me a second chance. I can be a husband, I can be a father, and I can hopefully make some positive changes in the community. You too.
Same here, brother. He's given me another opportunity to do some righteous work out here in these streets, man. And I'm just so thankful that, I still have my health. I still have my daughter. I still have good people around me. I got some real solid people in my circle, and I appreciate and love every last one of y'all. And you know who I'm talking about.
Yes,
I ain't got to say no names. It gets deep, man. It gets deep down in the roots, man. That's why we talking about that symbiosis, like the mycelium and all that. And the network and the communication of the plants and the vegetation, they all allocate resources to each other. So if they doing all that under the earth, we got to, as above is so far below, whatever that saying is. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to work together up here, you know what I'm saying, and work together and help each other symbiotically, and also do that with nature, Mother Nature.
Absolutely.
The ecosystem.
You only got one Earth.
There is a balance, and we need to try to figure out how we can get that balance. Even kill? Is that?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
We'll go with that. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all's time. Be safe out there, and Godspeed. This has been another episode of the Dap and the Hug podcast. And once again, it's been a very, very honorable opportunity to talk to you, Matt Hiers.
Well, I'm honored to be a guest on here.
Man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I
love you too. And when I watch that episode, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna get to a point where I can watch one of them episodes, and I'm gonna call you.
I'll give you some wild ones to start on.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that. I got sauce on my hands.
Works.